I end up receiving it, playing it one time to the striker, and then with the striker, I see the center mid coming in. I play another one-touch pass, and then boom, it ends up being a goal. Hey guys, my name is Max. I'm a professional FIFA player for Complexity Gaming, and today I'm going to teach you how to use the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow second variation. So for the tactics, we're obviously going to go with the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow or second variation, which is what most like to call it. With the defensive tactics, I really like using balanced. I really like having my width on 50 and my depth on 50. It just gives you the best chance of winning the ball high without leaving your backline like way too exposed on the counter. And then obviously in offense, I like to have my build up on balanced. It's super it's pretty basic obviously, but it keeps your players always showing for the ball. It doesn't make them run away from you. You always have an option. And then with the chance creation, which is actually kind of a new feature added this year, you can put it in forward runs. And forward runs is really what makes the narrow really strong this year, because it makes your center mids, your CDM, your cam, and your strikers. So basically every single attacking player on the field is making runs constantly into the box. So if you're finding the right guy, you're always going to have a chance to pretty much score. And then with the width, I leave it on 50. I think it's really important to have your team kind of spread out, especially in the narrow, because it's so obviously the name itself is narrow. And then players in box, I like to have 5. And then with the corners and the free kicks, I leave it on 1 for each. So here are my player instructions. With the strikers, I start off by putting them on stay forward and getting behind. This is really important so that you can have your strikers pressuring the back line, and then obviously they'll be making those runs that you need. With the cam, I just put them on stay forward, pretty basic. And then the CDM, I have them on stay back, cover center. I need them back there and defending in the middle of the park every single time. And then the 2 wide center mids, I just leave them on balance so that they get forward, they come back. And I put both on cover and center so that you don't expose your CDM and leave him by himself. You need all 3 of them kind of defending the middle. And then one of the most important instructions is actually the fullbacks. And I put those on stay back while attacking because I don't want to be exposed in the counter. And so here is how my instructions actually play out in the game. Here, I lose the ball trying to score. And once we lose it, right, the essential thing is, where is your back line? Right here, you'll see my left back, he comes in. And I have him on stay back. The important thing about having him on stay back is that he's always back whenever your opponent's trying to counterattack you. So he's in position, I make the tackle. And the lovely thing about that now is once I get the ball back, I have my CDM, my right center mid, and my left center mid are all open, and they can all receive a simple X pass. Once I do that, I now have 4 or 5 players all making forward runs, which is the extremely essential part about the tactic. You have the forward runs, and we almost get a goal off of it. Every formation has its own pattern plays, and the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow is no exception to that. Now I'm going to show you guys 3 patterns that I like to use in competitive tournaments. So for our first pattern here, we're going to be looking at how we use fullbacks to create space when attacking. I win the ball back here, I trigger my right back on a run, play back to my center mid, and then I hit him like 40 yards with an over-the-top through ball, go back, and now this is where the narrow gets really effective. You have obviously all your center mids just waiting. So we're just going to recycle the ball, keep possession, keep trying to find guys who are open. Nothing too advanced, find the basic pass. And unfortunately, we do get tackled, but there was a lot of space created from the play. So let's break down this play here a little bit more in depth. Once we win the ball back, the first thing that I do is I trigger my fullback on a run manually. So now you see my fullback at the top of the screen. He's running down the right side, and so is my striker. That leaves 2 attackers down the right side, and he only has 1 left back. Once I recognize this, I have the ball with my center mid, and we just play the ball. Now here in this position, you can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys running, darting into the box, and he has 5 defenders that can cope with it. So I look into the box, I see there's no one there initially, so I have to recycle the play and go backwards. An open pass comes back, my center mid drops back, and then we're going to just keep passing. There's an open guy almost always in the narrow around the box. As we mentioned earlier, we got tackled, but the key thing is that we managed to advance the ball into his box off of like a 5-second attack. So for the second pattern, we're going to end up talking about how the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow plays out around the box. You see here our fullbacks are staying back, and what we're really looking for is just our 6 attackers who are all running forwards. From here on, it's pretty much easy work. You just play the simple X balls over and over to the open guy, and we end up scoring off of it. Obviously, we won the ball back there, and with the narrow, our entire team is pretty much steaming forward, so we have to think to attack directly, because that's what you have to do when you have the forward runs. You have 5 attackers who are all approaching the box. I received the ball here with my cam, actually, and the only reason he's so far forward is because of the stay forward tactic. When I get it with him, I know that I'll have either my center mid or my other striker open. I end up receiving it, playing it one time to the striker, and then with the striker, I see the center mid coming in. I play another one-touch pass, and then boom, it ends up being a goal. So for our third and final sequence, we're going to be looking at how the narrow actually plays out and what your team looks like when your opponent's trying to counter you. We end up winning the ball here with our center mid, and immediately off the get-go, we're just looking to attack, because with the narrow and the forward runs, you see the whole team wants the ball. They're all running forward. We're going to do a lot of our signature one-touch passing. We play, and he gets the tackle. Now here, our opponent's looking to counter. You'll notice our CDM is back. He's defending the back line, and he's right there. And we get unlucky to not actually intercept this, but the whole point is that his stay back is the reason we almost get the turnover. He plays it around us. He's a little bit fortunate to get it around us. And then now you're going to see our fullback. Look at my left back. He's the furthest back on the pitch for me, and that's because I have the stay back tactic on him. With the stay back, now I can make a tackle. I do. I win the ball, and now we're back on the counter. And obviously with the narrow, we don't really like to go backwards. We don't like to hesitate. We just go. Hey guys, thank you for watching my 4-1-2-1-2 masterclass video. I hope my tactics and instructions can help you guys get some more wins. Regardless, see you on the pitch.